So keep that in your back pocket because that is going to, I believe, come to fruition.
Is that in my back pocket, or am I just excited to see justice come? That didn't really make sense. Glenn, I mean, you've seen this story this week, I'm sure. MAGA world turns against Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett. I mean, first of all, she's voted with them on almost everything. MAGA activists have turned against Amy Coney Barrett. She's obviously a staunch conservative who has joined major rulings that has moved U.S. law to the right. But there is no too far right anymore. They've become, it says that's not enough for some of Trump's most aggressive supporters who think the former Notre Dame law professor has been a disappointment. MAGA supporters see what some call an independent streak. Oh, God. As a sign she isn't sufficiently aligned or loyal with Trump. She is a rattled law professor with her head up her ass, wrote one far-right MAGA. He described her as weak and timid. I mean, this is what happens, right? This is Elon Musk talking about impeaching any judge that rules in a way Trump doesn't like, right?
Yeah, and I actually love when MAGA world turns on people like Amy Coney Barrett and Chief Justice John Roberts, because I think that will drive home to them the fact that, autocracy and dictatorship don't work. This is where it leads us. The people who are under attack will ever expand that universe of people. And I am actually heartened by some of these trends because I think the Supreme Court actually has an opportunity to begin flexing Constitution muscle, and I think that will be a good thing and necessary in the long run.
Oh my God, the worst insult ever. Jack Prosobiep and fellow lunatic Laura Loomer said DEI judge. Amy Barrett is a DEI appointee.
Wow.
Oh my God, the worst insult.
In what way? That she's a woman? Is that?
I guess.
Don't
make me spend time. We only have Glenn for a certain amount of time. Who said the cruelty, the callousness, the indecency, the Trump administration will implode? America will emerge from this dark era of hate, cruelty, and indecency. America will rise again, but we all need to be in this fight for our future. Who said that?
Marshall, Will, and Holly on a routine expedition.
No! That guy, Glenn Kirschner, fine American. All right, Glenn, I mean, I think we all need it, even psychologically now. Focus on the positive. But here's a stack we didn't get to. A federal judge said Wednesday Trump lacked the power to remove a Democratic member from the Federal Labor Relations Authority and ordered that they be reinstated. A group of 20 blue states, a group of Democratic state attorneys general Thursday filed a lawsuit seeking to block Trump's administration from dismantling the U.S. Department of Education and laying off half its staff. A coalition of farmers sued the Trump administration Thursday to lift an indefinite freeze of billions of dollars in funding for programs created under the Inflation Reduction Act. We're not just fighting, we're winning in court after court, is your point, right?
Yeah, we're winning almost universally. And here's something, I need like a minute to unpack this, but it goes back to the Eric Adams case. Remember when Donald Trump's dirty DOJ tried to dismiss Eric Adams' case, but hold it over his head as leverage so Adams will have to be a good little mayor and keep doing what Donald Trump wants him to do? And remember, the judge brought an outside lawyer to basically argue on behalf of the people because we had nobody in court because DOJ wasn't arguing for us. And that lawyer said, everybody needs to remember that there is one instance where judges can take special prosecutors themselves and prosecute somebody. And it's when that person defies court orders and are held in contempt. DOJ may not want to prosecute the contempt, but the judge can get his or her own prosecutor to prosecute that contempt case. That's what this is going to come down to, because the Trump administration officials and Donald Trump himself will begin defying court orders. They'll be held in contempt. And that is the one and only time judges can get their own prosecutor to prosecute the contempt and vindicate their rights as a court to have their orders obeyed. So keep that in your back pocket, because that is going to, I believe, come to fruition.
Is that in my back pocket, or am I just excited to see justice come? That didn't really make sense. Glenn, the most tantalizing thing you said, though, you said if Trump defies court orders, can the Supreme Court revisit its presidential immunity ruling? Wow.
And the answer is yes. We know the answer is yes, because we've seen the Supreme Court revisit earlier rulings. Usually they do it for good. They do it to expand the rights of the people, like when they killed Plessy versus Ferguson, separate but equal, government-sponsored and endorsed racial discrimination and segregation. They killed that with Brown versus Board of Education. Then they went the other way. More recently, they're taking rights away from the American people when they killed Roe v. Wade with Dobbs and revoked women's constitutional privacy rights to make their own reproductive health decisions. So the answer is absolutely they can revisit things. And Steph, this is not hopium, right? There is a chance that the presidential immunity issue goes back before the Supreme Court if Donald Trump keeps defying court orders. And they may say, you know what, we done effed up because we have created a constitutional Frankenstein monster in Donald Trump, and we now need to begin being loyal to the Constitution and protecting American democracy. That day might come.
Yep.
That would be super duper, as they say in Young Frankenstein.
Yes.
Sorry. Bella's still learning all our old person movie references. That would be just super duper, wouldn't it? Yeah, that'd be akin to putting on the Ritz.
That's right.
Okay, yeah. All right, she'll find it. Yeah. Trump has now lost in court from coast to coast. I think that's important, too. You know, it's becoming not, Republican judges, Democratic judge, red state, blue state. Anywhere the rule of law still matters, right?
It's so good because I think on 2 consecutive days, he lost a big case in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals in California, and he lost a big case in the First Circuit Court of Appeals in New England. Donald Trump is a coast-to-coast loser. I mean, really the biggest loser ever to occupy the Oval Office when it comes to lawsuits brought against him for lawlessness and unconstitutionality. So let's hold fast to that.
Ha ha, legal Frankenstein, that is.
It's the Stephanie Miller Show.
Got it. All right. Love you, Glenn Kirschner. See you next week.
Love you, Steph.
Oh, hey there, it's Stephanie Miller. If you're like me and you love sharp political insight, pointy, you like it pointy and sharp, bold opinions, and a touch of humor to make sense of these crazy times, have I got some fantastic news for you. The Political Voices Network is now on Substack. This is your new go-to for the best in independent media. We're talking about my show streaming daily with episodes on demand, the fearless of journalism of Brian Karem, the brilliant side-splitting satire of John Fugelsang, the unrelenting working-class advocacy of Rick Smith, and so much more. Here's the best part. Subscribing is so easy. You can join for free or go to the extra mile. Support these incredible independent voices by signing up for a full subscription starting at just $8. You'll get access to exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and a chance to directly fuel fearless, unfiltered media. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to politicalvoicesnetwork.com, hit that subscribe button, and become part of the movement keeping truth alive in an era of corporate media overload. Every subscription helps, especially yours. One more time, that is politicalvoicesnetwork.com. Sign up now. Do it.